Hello everybody and a very good morning, good afternoon, welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. How are you? I hope you're well, hope your week's been good and you are ready for a fun time Friday. Yes, the weekend is almost here and we have got a brilliant day lined up for you. Lots to get through. Wake up call right now, of course, giving you a bit of a sneak peek as to what is coming up through the day. It's going to be amazing. Middle show today, 60-minute deals, where we have literally got deals for those 60 minutes. If you don't watch the show and you miss out on those deals, don't come complaining to me. No. You have to be in and get the deals during that show. If you don't watch, you'll never see them. Tonight, live from 5. We've also got Friday Night Live, which is going to be fun. We've got prizes, we've got games, we've got giveaways. You know the drill by now, so do make sure you are in for that show a little bit later on. We'll talk more about both those shows in just a little while. Wake Up Call, we give you a preview of everything that's coming up. Plus, we'll be talking about something which you're going to be seeing for the first time here on Crafters TV. And during this show, we have got giveaways, not thanks to me, no, but thanks to, well, there's two people sat on the sofa today. One, of course, you know who it is because she's been my partner in crime the whole week this week, the one and only McGiggles. But also, Lily is here because you've got a giveaway for us today because it's a very special day for you tomorrow.
I certainly have. Now, it might be my birthday tomorrow, but do you know what?
Oh, happy birthday, Lily.
Happy birthday!
Everybody that's born in June is special.
They are, yeah, especially the 20-something of June, it has to be said. But it might be my birthday
April
tomorrow.
people are pretty cool as well, yeah? People
they're
in
all right.
April?
Yeah, they're all right. It's June,
All right.
Ben. It's not about you today.
Yeah, it's not about you.
Tomorrow.
But we're going to make it about you guys at home because it might be my birthday tomorrow, but we want to shower you lovely viewers with gifts. So all you need to do is you need to actually drop a comment over on Facebook or YouTube today and you'll be in with a chance of winning these two fabulous packs of pens. I think a lot of you guys at home know I love my colouring, so I've specially picked these gifts for you. You'll get a pack of our 12 pens. These are our fabulous illustrator pens, you know, the premium quality illustrator markers that we bring to you here as part of our Spectrum Noir offering. And then we're also going to be giving you a pack of our glitter markers. Exciting. Bit of sparkle, you know we love a bit of sparkle, especially on a Friday. So all you need to do is just comment along during Wake Up Call. At the end of the show, we'll be picking a name out of the comments and these will be winging their way to one of our lucky viewers. How exciting is that?
Hey, boop, 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 boop. Newsflash, we're actually going to be picking the winner because you're going to come back in about half an hour's time.
Certainly am,
and we're going to have a chin wag and we're going to get you to pick the winner then. Are we gonna, you want to give away two?
We're going to give it two to one person.
Two to one person.
How good is that? Yeah.
So we'll get you to
Very
pick it
good.
when you come back on the sofa later on. And also exciting today, Debbie, because we've got a first ever seen item on Crafters TV, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Something that I've wanted for such a long time because you know how much I love our pigment ink pads. I know Lily does as well. But heat embossing is one of my favourite things to do. We've only gone and got a little tub of embossing powder. No, I think Lily's bought it for her birthday.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've not seen it before on Crafters TV. So, and it's great. You know, when we have just a little craft kit we put together, it's great just to store in those bags, take it on the go with you, but you've always got that little pot with you, and it's something we're going to be looking at in the next hour.
We certainly are. And also, before I forget, we've also got something that is back in stock, which you're going to be super excited about. And we'll show you what it is in just a few moments' time. But we're going to move to our relevant places. Lily, we will meet you back here in about half an hour.
Certainly will.
For a chit chat and to pick our winner. So just comment along. And whilst we move to our relevant places, here's a picture of what's back in stock. It's the Ombre glitter card. Whoop, 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 whoop. Super excited about this. And what a deal. What a deal. £16 or $22.40 is all you're going to be paying. Hang on a minute. Is that for both? What? That's a really great deal, is it not?
That is a very good deal.
The 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6.
Not a very good picture comparison there.
No, it isn't. But don't worry about that. £16 or $22.40 is your platinum price. Snap these up like they are going out of style because they sold out. We've got them back. I'm not sure that we've got huge amounts of stock as far as that is concerned. So get in nice and early and we'll give you a flick through of those in just a little while. Few quick hellos. Remember, the more you comment, the more chances you've got. The more chances you've got of winning Lily's prize today. Radical Rachel on the socials. Whoop, whoop. And
Oh, I'm really sorry.
that's all right.
No. was getting my stamping platform out, but it was caught on another one. So I tried to, and only the top bit came out. And then I tried to get the base and all the rest have fallen out.
We've got... We're 6 minutes into the day. We've got Radical Rachel on the socials.
Oh dear.
Chantal is in saying, "G'day everyone from 2J Australia." Hello. Hello Karen Wells-Sorrell in Kentucky. Laurie Barnett in Gilbert, Arizona. Vanessa Fuentes in Florida. Sherlan Telsford is with us in San Antonio. Hi, Suzanne Dorney says, "Good, very early afternoon, crafty friends. Ben, Debbie, Lily and all the behind-the-screen crew." We've obviously got Nicola and Jamie steering the Good Ship Craft. Carlotta Morris says, "Good morning everyone from Arkansas." Paul Prince ×4 says, "Good morning everyone from South Carolina." And Isabel Laird says, "Hi from East Kilbride." Hello, everybody. Lovely to have you all with us for what is going to be a super-duper day. Lots to come, as we said. That 60-minute deal show, which we're looking forward to. 60 minutes to snap up those deals, then they'll be gone. And then tonight, we have got a Friday Night Live, 2 hours of fun, which, well, there's lots lined up tonight. Price drops, prizes, games. That gallery, of course, if you've sent in a picture, you could be winning, and 1 or 2 laughs, no doubt, along the way too. But embossing powder, we have got this, well, new to CTV embossing powder, which we're going to chat through with our Debbie. I think it's a really, really handy little size, this one as well, because we were talking earlier on that, you know, obviously you can get those huge tubs of embossing powder, but sometimes nice just to have those sort of little mini tubs that you can take with you, pop into your totes, pop into your bags that aren't going to take up a load of space. So multi-order these should you wish to do that. They are just £2.39 each, or £3.96 if you are a platinum member. Chantel's just saying, "Are you okay, Debbie?" That sounded drastic. It did sound like you'd fallen through like a trapdoor.
It was just in a floor. The first one dropped and I thought, I've got away with it. And then I went back for the next bit and then it all just fell out.
Oh dear. She's fine.
I am fine.
Multi-order on this. And let's just go, I feel that's a good excuse to go back to basics here, Debbie, because I know we've had lots of new people joining us recently. Embossing powder.
Yeah.
What is this? What are we using it for? What does it do for our projects?
So what it is, it's a meltable substance.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. So you can put it, and if you are very clever, you can put it onto, I say you don't have to be very clever. No, I don't know why I even said that. Very careful is what I meant to say, not very clever.
Yes.
If you are careful with your glue, so you know you quickly get your sort of glue pens that you can put your glue on with.
Yeah.
We was doing it the other day in the kits with the glitters. I'm going to use the stamp that's in that one, the mandala stamp. You can actually heat emboss onto that as well, but you don't leave it for a longer period of time, where with your embossing powder and I'm using my pigment ink pads. That's not a pigment ink pad. It's going to be one of them days. It's been a long week.
Friday.
I just looked at that. I picked up the quick dry, so I will switch those out. But yes, so what it does, it's a meltable substance. It means that you can heat it with your heat tool. Have we got heat tools on the show?
Yes.
Yes.
We
Fabulous.
do.
So I'm going to show you sort of a few multiple ways, but the first one I want to show you is how you can stamp with these and heat emboss, and it's probably one of the most sort of ways that we use them. Now, the other thing that we've got on the show, and this is why I was saying earlier, Ben, about having something that you can just quickly put into your craft bag, because we have the most adorable little hamster pillar.
Yes.
It's not a hamster pillar, it was Ben named that when we first got it out. But you know what? I often, like, we laugh at this because it's so small and little, but it really does do a good job. Because you don't need a massive one. Like, you get ones that are quite big. In fact, I think we've got one in the studio over here somewhere. Let me see if I can find that. There it is. Pretty much the same, but it's probably about 4 times the size.
More guinea pig size, that one.
Yes, it is. But that does exactly the same job.
Yeah.
And I love this because you literally, a couple of fingers over the top, and all you're going to do is wipe that over the top. That's it. That's all you need to do. So who needs a big bag? So we're going to take that one.
Yep.
I am just going to go and quickly grab my ink pads. There we go, just our proper ink pads. Now, the reason I'm using pigment ink pads is because these are ones that are going to stay wetter longer.
Yeah.
The other ones you can use, Ben, are your duets. Your duets, your shimmer ones, your gold shimmer, any of those are going to work with this embossing powder. So it is really good to use. So we're just going to place that on the top, make sure that I've got all my magnets all the way around. And then we're going to do some embossing. So with your embossing, with your pigment ink pads, if you're using a couple of different colours, don't be frightened to, because you can use different colours. So what I am going to do, I think actually, let's come in with the pink to start with. And I'm going to use my daubers. You will find them, if not on the show, on the website.
And I'm right in saying, right, you can get different coloured embossing powder, but obviously if you've got all of these different coloured inks, then like clear is the way to go, isn't it? Because then you're unlimited. So
you'll notice, I think most of us, I don't think, and it's the reason we've not really done coloured embossing powder.
No need for it.
Don't need to.
No.
Because all the colours that you've got here is all you need, which is amazing. And then with my purple, I'm just literally going to go round the edges.
Ah, cool.
So, and that way I'm not contaminating too much.
Yeah.
So just popping these round. Like so, making sure we ink up. And even if your first lay down of ink, you will see when we put it down, even if your first lay down of ink isn't the right way, there we go. I should have done it central and then it wouldn't have mattered. If you want it a bit darker, so we will do that, so I'll show you, because you might find that first lay down of ink is not how you want it, although that's come out beautifully. But because it's our pigment ink pads, and I want to get that real good level of embossing, we're just going to go over this for a secondary one as well. Okay. So it's just a case of putting extras in.
Jeanette McPake says, you can tell it's a Friday. I know, we're even more giddy than we normally are. Have you noticed how both Debbie and I bring out the giddy in each other? It's like, it's fun, but for anyone who's here for like a serious show, when me and Debbie are together, we apologise, because you're never going to get that, really.
We are a bit naughty, aren't we?
We are.
Have I done that?
Yeah.
Now, I can't see because I haven't. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's go for it. I think that's right.
And Suzanne's just said she couldn't believe the size of the hamster pillow when she got it, but Debbie's right, it works absolutely fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to be honest, when we first brought them out, I felt a little bit disappointed that it was so little. Yeah, I did feel like that. But actually, sorry, going out of shot there, Jamie, I do apologise. But then when I started to use it, I thought, why am I disappointed? It's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Need just a little bag that we can use, and it's perfect. So what we're going to use now is the clear embossing powder. You can see it's really packed right to the top. You're just going to sprinkle that all over. So that's going to go on here. So this is what you call sort of your general heat embossing. Yeah. This was what got me into crafting, Ben.
Was it?
It was. Oh. Yeah. It was, but it was different colours. So at the time, they didn't have clear. They had gold and silver and bronze embossing powder, and it was Dawn Bibby on QVC that was doing it. And I think I've told this story, and I went and Googled online and see where you could find it. And Argos. Actually, I'm not even sure if I Googled.
Argos?
I probably didn't have Google then. Argos sold an embossing kit. They used to do some craft stuff at the time.
I can't believe that.
I know, and I bought my embossing kit from Argos.
Well, there you go. So we've got Argos to thank for you being where you are now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all you're going to do is literally take your tool, and you can see it looks a little bit lighter because the powder, then as that starts to melt, so just hover over the top. As soon as that starts to go, as you can see, we're going to start moving on. And what this is doing is giving you a waterproof, resistant, shiny surface, which is incredible. I love heat embossing. I love our pigment ink pads.
I must also just mention, whilst it is, as we said, you know, like a smaller pot, handy for sort of travelling with, the amount of that actual embossing powder you used is minuscule. Like it was almost as if like it all went back in the tub.
It's going to last you a long,
Yeah,
long
it will,
time.
won't it? That's the point.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We all need a handy. Oh, we all get out of stock of it, don't we? Where we all need that. So if I shine that to the sort of camera there, you can see there. Look at the shine. Oh, look at that. So not only do we get perfect stamping, we get perfect heat embossing, and it's touch dry literally within seconds. And now it's starting to cool down, so it's not even hot. So it's a great way to do your first heat embossing. Really lovely one to have. And yeah, go for your little hamster pillar. I can't help but call it a hamster pillar. But yeah, have that as well. Go for your stamping platform, and then we'll show. In fact, should we carry on? Should we do a couple of extra bits? So this is the sort of main thing that you would do with your heat embossing and your resist. Now, what I've done just for quickness is I've just used an ombre, and I'm going to just do some more. I thought if I do my first lay down of colour and then go back over the top.
What a lovely colour palette.
Yeah, I love the reds. They're so nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really beautiful. So just your orange. Again, I'm using those ink daubers. I'm just going to actually just grab where I put that on before, just so it doesn't go on my mat, and then I don't have to clean it. And the reason I've just put more on is so I'm just going to re-wet the surface just by adding that extra one over the top, because what I want to show you is that triple embossed effect.
Okay.
Which is a really cool way that you can create so many beautiful designs. And then you can die cut this as well.
And so triple emboss, I mean, we're going to see it, but that just gives you more of like
more shine.
More of a shiny finish, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to hold that down with that.
Jules just says, love this, perfection. Rebecca says, I love the pillow. It really does make a difference. Paw Prince says, Ben, did you get your ears lowered? Yes, I did, yesterday.
Your ears lowered?
Yeah, haircut.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what you mean. That's what, yeah, did you get your ears lowered? Have you had a haircut?
I thought it meant has he been to Turkey yet? I thought, oh, he's getting his ears, his teeth and his bum done.
You'll know when I've been to Turkey. I tell you what.
He'll be very brown.
Yes.
And he will look like he's got a massive smile.
Oh, massive! Oh, thank God you did that. I've heard a lot of crafters saying embossing was what got them into crafting, along with Debbie, says Paw Prince.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just pop this back in, because you have to, with this, you have to sort of be ready for the next stage.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yes.
we're going to pop that on there like so, and I'm going to do all of it to melt it, so you will see, and then I'm actually going to just do half of it, so you can see how it heat embossed triple effect, so the difference between the two.
Ooh. Here comes the sun.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? Look, sun coming up, sunrise.
Here comes the sun. That is, do you know what? I would say it every time. It's an effect you'll never ever tire of watching.
Never.
It's so cool. That and watching the puffy snow rise.
Yes. Oh, I wish I haven't seen that this year. I can't believe we haven't brought that back.
Puffy snow? We had it.
Puffy snow?
Yeah. It's been here in the last month or so. Maybe whilst you were away, we've had puppy snow and faux snow back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Right, so what I'm going to do here, Ben, I'm heating one side and I'm literally throwing that on like so.
Okay.
And I'm keeping that going, I'm just putting it to the side, then I'll switch it off.
So why do we have to be so quick here?
Because on your second lot of heating, it dries quick.
Okay.
Dries very quickly because you've enamelled it really.
Yeah.
So, and when you enamel something, that's going to dry really quick. So that's why you move quickly on here. So that's why I then pop that one back, and then we're ready to do the next layer. So we will melt that one as well. And the reason we call it triple emboss is because you can't put no more on. If you try and do a fourth embossed detail on there, it would just start to run off the card.
Okay.
Now while that's still heating, so you can see I'm wafting it here, I've got my little pot, so I'm making sure that's keeping hot, and then I go straight in with my embossing powder.
Do you know how I remember how many layers is the best amount of layers? I think of chips.
Chips?
Because the best chips you can get are triple cooked.
Triple cooked chips.
That's how I remember. If you ever need to remember, so triple cooked is the best. Triple embossed is the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I like
Just
that.
think of chips if you
I
ever
like
get
that.
confused.
Why not? Why not?
You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
So with triple cooked chips, how are they actually done? I don't think I've ever done them. Do you like fry them, then bake them, and then I don't know what you do?
No, I'm gonna have to Google it. But yeah, it's done 3 different ways, isn't it?
I've never done them at home, but I've eaten them when we're out.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. The chips are first simmered,
so
then
nice.
cooled and drained using a sous vide.
I mean, look at. Can we just
talking about
take a look
chips.
at Jamie's? It looks like. Look, if I move, so you can see, it's like a pool of water, isn't it?
is.
But if I move it like this, can you see on this side here? It's all sort of speckly. Can you see across
yeah,
the
like
base?
a little, like orange peel.
Look at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like orange peel, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then that top is like water. Look at that.
Ah.
Isn't it beautiful? And then, I mean, even that's beautiful because you get a textured background, but look at that.
It looks like liquid, doesn't it?
It does look like liquid,
Incredible,
yeah.
that effect.
And if you, let's just say you want to put something like this on, you want to stamp it first, you then want to put your colours on, you want to cut one of your mixed media dies out, you can make a little coaster because that will act as your, what's it called, like a varnish over the top. And you can use that as your coaster for the top. So a really nice way of doing a little coasters. But I love that technique that you can do in there. Are we going to keep going? Shall I keep going? Right, let's keep going because I now want to bring in some bits that we've got on the show. So I'm trying to get as many sort of different techniques as possible. So I've got a couple more. I love this one because we love letterpressing in our embossing folders. And we've got an embossing bundle on the show, which I know Ben will show you in a little while. But I love a letterpress technique.
Yes.
So that's nice enough on its own. So again, I'm using our opaque pigments. I'm using the black on here just so we get some real sort of not vibrancy, what's the word? Drama.
Yeah.
Real drama.
We'll love a bit of drama.
Love a bit of drama. And then I'm just really covering. Now can you see, you can sort of still see the pink. I'm being really careful because I don't want too much of it going into the pink. Not because it's going to be pink, but that's where you get your letterpress in. And because this is quite a spongy ink pad, we don't want that going where we don't need it to go. So I'm just very gently covering. And if you do get a little bit on the pink, don't worry. It's not gonna matter.
AK is just asking, cool. Can I emboss on MDF?
Yes,
Heat emboss.
Love that. In fact, if I had some MDF, I would show you that. That is a brilliant, brilliant way that you can do it. So making sure I've got that completely covered, we're then just going to bring in our cardstock and we're going to just flip that over because I don't want to move that. So that looks dramatic already, doesn't it? So let's bring in our platforms. Now, it is a 2D folder, but I like to add in my metal shim. So it's the top and bottom plates. Or cutting plates, and then I like to add my metal shim in the top or bottom and run that through. That just gives it some extra oomph. So when that comes out, because we've used our pigment ink pad, that's now going to stay wetter for longer. So it means I can then start to use my embossing powder on here as well. Look at that, very dramatic. And then what we're going to do with that one, let's bring in that same one we were using and we can sprinkle this on the top.
And just again, to talk about how little you need, you're using the same pot here, aren't you?
Same pot, oh yeah, absolutely.
You're not like picking different pots every time. So it shows you that a little pot really does go a very, very
It does go a long way, yeah, absolutely. And then all I'm going to do is pat that down so we've got all that covered.
Yeah.
Let's go the other side.
You've inspired Jules, who says, I'm going to give this a go. I've never done it before.
Oh, yes, absolutely do that because, heat embossing is genuinely one of my favourite things to do.
It's a very impressive effect, isn't it? And as you're showing us, it's really quite simple to achieve that impressive effect.
So simple, and you can do it on so much as well. See, I've still got loads left in my pot, so yeah, don't be worried about using it. And if you do find that you're going to use it on lots, grab yourself a couple of them.
Why not?
I mean, at that price, you can have a couple, can't you, in your stash?
So let's do the same here. It's just about that heat embossing, and as it starts to melt, the colour will come through, but you'll get that beautiful shine on there as well. So it's really good because it sets your inks. But also what it does is it, especially with pigment ink pads, because they're pigment, pure pigment, the colour will stay that colour for a long, long time. Very, very, what's the word? I've never seen one fade to date. They've all stayed true in their colours.
Yeah. Just to mention as well, whilst you're watching Debbie, keep commenting. The more you comment, the more chance you've got of winning Lily's birthday prize, which she will be awarding in the next sort of 15 minutes or so. Cindy says, I haven't heat embossed like this in ages. I forgot how much I love it. Thank you for bringing it back, Debbie. And the Crafty Cow says, that embossing looks like glass.
Yes,
Impressive.
it does.
Pat says, thank you for explaining embossing powder. I was on a mission one time to find coloured embossing powder. Now, having fun with embossing. Yeah, if you've got the ink pads, as Debbie's explained, you don't need coloured embossing powder. Just stock up on this, isn't it, like you said?
It was an absolute game changer for me when I discovered clear embossing powder.
Yeah.
Because it really is just great to use on everything that's coloured. And we've all got plenty of ink pads, haven't we? Absolutely. Now this is really cool because when I turn it to the front, so Jamie will be able to pick that up, it actually, you can see the texture. Look at the texture in there. Look at that.
Absolutely.
It looks like skin, doesn't it?
Does.
Like animal skin.
It does.
So you get some really, really cool effects. Absolutely.
It looks like that
one.
special effect cardstock that we did with the Wild at Heart collection. Do you remember that?
Yes,
we did a pack of it, special effect.
Yes, well, it is the Wild at Heart embossing folder.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It looks like the cardstock that we had within that kit.
Yes,
so
you can get that in, so that's really good. And then I'm going to show you one more, actually, because we've got another folder in. And this one comes with a stencil. So what I love about this is you can get literally precision stamping and precision heat embossing. So I've already embossed these, and I wasn't quite sure which one to use, although they're not where I put them. Where are they? That's weird.
We're looking for?
Oh, they're under here. They're under the stencil.
What do you like?
So I did a brown one out of craft card, and I did a white one. So I wasn't sure which one would sort of come out, but both of them have come out that beautiful. Let's turn them that way so you can see them come out the embossing. I think I'm going to go with the white one, and then we're going to heat emboss onto there. But first of all, let's add some colour. So we'll pick something. So I know what we'll do. Let's pick the pumpkins. So you've got these pumpkins down here at the bottom. You've got these amazing stencils. So I'm just going to make sure that we've got that in the right place. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is come in with that bright orange.
We are approaching 10% of the embossing powder gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a big stock and all.
Yeah, it was a big stock. Yeah, that's really cool. Love that. Now, while that's down, you can, well, in fact, we can either take that away and just give that a little clean. So let me just take this away like so, just so it doesn't stick to our embossing folder so much. I'm going to pop that back over and do this in sections. You could do it, but you don't want to smudge it. So I would do this in sections.
Question from Kathy. Is it best to heat from the front or the back of the cardstock?
Ah, brilliant question. I had a feeling someone might ask, so I was going to wait to see if someone would ask. Yeah, so some people heat from the back, some people heat from the front. I'm going to tell you now that for me, heating from the front is quicker.
Right.
And I am someone that likes to get to my crafts as quick as possible.
Okay.
So I tend to heat from the front. Heating from the back, however, I do think it makes it smoother.
Okay.
But it takes longer because you're going through your cardstock.
Yes.
So what I would say is try both, see what you like.
Yeah.
I like the texture as well. I like the texture that you get, but you do get a smoother, it is just smoother. We can do this one. Let's do this one from the back. So if we pop it there, so we're doing it through the back. And you'll see that it'll just take a lot longer because it's heating your cardstock to start with. There we go, it's starting to go now.
That's spooky, it's the eyes that went first there.
Bring him that way. There we go. So you've got your little ones there. How cute are they? So that's melted, no problem whatsoever. So you can see, let's just turn that off. So getting that precision on there, I mean, you're going to colour the rest of this, but it's just a really nice way. Let's just bring it that way. There we go.
Really cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's still speckly, but I think you do get a smoother sort of lay down from there, putting it through. We'll do one more. Let's pick out the house. We can do the house, can't we?
Few comments. Sandra says, I've always wondered how to double heat emboss, so thank you. Rosalind says, I like to heat emboss with the metallic ink pads. The final product is pretty. Fiona says, brilliant show, thank you so much. It makes you want to try things that we forget about. And that, again, is a great point.
So true.
These demos are great, says Shaz, giving me lots of ideas I've never tried before, so thank you, Debbie. And Nettie New says, hello all, I love embossing, total game changer using clear powder. Used to get coloured powder everywhere, even after using a pad. And just a quick one, again, Kathy says, can you emboss on any other type of surface besides paper? We've talked about MDF.
Yep.
Any other surfaces?
Yeah, anything.
Right.
Literally, you can go on to anything really, so whatever you want to put it onto. What I would say though is if you're going on to acetate, we do heat resistant acetate. So you can stamp onto acetate. Didn't think to do that. We could have got some heat resistant. Stamp onto heat resistant acetate and then you can heat that up as well.
Vellum?
Vellum you can do. We could do it tonight. We might try that in Friday Night Live tonight, so we could do a bit of that. Yeah, so anything you want to see, we can try. I'll try and get Tracy to get me some wooden embellishments as well.
Okay.
So we can do that as well. So, we've got some on 60-minute deals, so I'll keep some for... We haven't got any on 60-minute deals. I'm so rubbish.
and just to say as well, Elaine says, you mentioned MDF. How would that work? Just press the No, so we were talking about heat embossing, not embossing with an embossing folder.
Yeah, not embossing with an embossing folder, no.
MDF,
the only wood I believe you'd probably be able to get away with, and that would be, is it wood veneer, is it called?
Yeah.
Which is very thin wood, and you can emboss into that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this is a really nice way of doing sort of spot colouring and really starting to get it come to life. And once you start doing all of this, it looks so cool. So if I pop that one to the light then, you can see you've got that amazing house there as well. Look at that.
So good.
Actually, I'm thinking cut that out. If you've got any gingerbread men for Christmas, that would go really well with like as a gingerbread house.
That would actually.
But yeah, it's just a great way to be able to do it. So whether you're doing it through your stencils, whether you're doing it through your stamps, whether you're heat embossing and letterpressing into your stencils, there's just lots of different ways that you can be doing these. Oh, and your whole 3D, your triple embossing, could think what it's called then. Your triple embossing as well. So there's just a few ideas to get you going with that, but definitely that triple embossing, that looks incredible. Absolutely love that one. There we go.
I've really enjoyed that. It's been like a little
masterclass.
Heat embossing mini masterclass, wasn't it? That's what that was. Elaine just asked,
yes,
how about embossing on glass? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, you can emboss onto glass. So it's a little bit more difficult depending on what you're putting onto glass. So if you're freehand drawing, you would need to use something that's going to stay wet.
Right.
And not something like paint or anything like that. You could put glue. You can draw with your glue pens, and then you sprinkle your powder on. And again, use your little cushion, your anti-static, so the embossing powder doesn't go anywhere else. So make sure you do use that. But on a picture frame, if you wanted to, you could stamp onto a picture frame with your ink pads, heat emboss, or put your embossing powder on it and heat emboss that. You could do that as well. And
maybe potentially something for later, but just before we go for a break, you could probably explain it. Amy McHale, thank you for your question, says, can you please show resist embossing? I can't quite get my head around it.
Oh, so resist embossing is any embossing. So if you've got a large stamp, maybe later, because I do know we have the, what's that foam called? The heat and mould. Yes. So you could stamp with that, and then what you do with a resist, you can then ink over the top or watercolour over the top of that. I've just thought of something else I did many years ago with heat embossing. I embossed ribbon, so not ribbon, lace. So a piece of lace, you literally put your ink all over it, smother it with ink, put your clear embossing powder, and it looks amazing. Yeah, looks incredible.
The embossing boss over there. And just before we go for a break, AK just asked, Ben, I didn't hear the full description of making triple cooked chips. The chips are first simmered then cooled and drained using a sous vide technique or by freezing, then deep fried at 130°C, cooled again, and finally deep fried again at 180°C.
So basically, they're really unhealthy.
But so tasty. Yeah, so there you go. You're welcome, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to get the embossing powder, £2.39 or £3.96 is the price. You've seen a little goes a very long way, but I would be stocking up on these. Over 10% of the stock has now gone, so do make sure you get this checked out. And don't forget the Ombre glitter card is back in stock too. We will take a short break, just to remind you, and it's Chantel who's reminded me, because Chantel said something, I've lost your message now, but it says something along the lines of you were retreating to your craft room because you were going to put together a card for later. Just moved into my craft room, says Chantel, to do a card for the Friday Night Live picture prize. Yes, still opportunities. I think if you want to send in a picture of a project that you've done recently, and we might feature it tonight on Friday Night Live in our Friday Night Faves. If we do, bonus points will be coming your way, but obviously you'll need to watch to know. We will do a few more comments in just a few moments' time. Keep them coming, because Lily's going to be picking one comment in just a little while to win her birthday prize, and we'll also be chatting to her too. But before that, head to the checkout and we'll meet you back here in about 4 or 5 minutes' time.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we get to see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and try it, that gives us all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great. And if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yogurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this. Nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Ooh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do, get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out. Very busy for the embossing powder, as we knew it would be, and lots of other great deals on the show too. Don't forget, we're back in just over an hour's time for our 60-minute deals, where you will need to watch to see those deals, only available for you in that show. And Friday Night Live, of course, live tonight at 5. Thanks to everyone who is busy getting those picks in. Get your picks in sooner rather than later, is what I would say. Is it, Nicola, what is the cut-off time, so we let everyone know? Is it about, we're going to say 2 p.m, all right, UK time, cut-off point. So you've got an hour and 20 to get those pictures sent in to us. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we will add those, and yours could be featured to win. It's very exciting, because talking about winning, we are going to give some prizes away in just a minute, because we are celebrating somebody's birthday tomorrow. It is Lily's birthday. Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Yay, happy birthday.
Are there any grand plans tomorrow, or is it just another day?
Just another day, I'm afraid. Nothing too exciting. I'll be at home crafting as usual. I mean, when do I not craft?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good day.
Yeah.
Crafting's a good day.
Lots of time in the craft room, you can't go wrong. So that'll be me tomorrow.
Will you be like FaceTiming any of the family, or?
I think I'll probably ring my mum and my sister.
Yeah.
Probably text my dad as well. I've already been sent a couple of presents though.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Have you opened them? Are you one of these that has to open them first?
Well, I've not opened them, but from the boxes they were sent in, it's very obvious what they are.
A bike.
I got a bike for my birthday. I did get a bike for my birthday.
Exciting.
I know, I got a mountain bike. I've been promising myself a bike for a long time, and because I haven't got round to it, Al bought me a bike. So, yeah.
Perfect.
I'm hoping I'll get out on mine this weekend.
Yeah, weather should be nice, hopefully. So.
I hope so, yeah. Well, it's better down south than up here, Lily.
Well, it's always the same, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's always cold up here. Always
Yeah.
rains,
Yeah.
often snows.
It rained this morning, didn't it?
It did, yeah, when I was walking in, of course.
Oh,
I
no.
was saying, the guy on the radio yesterday was saying that the whole of the UK had like a heat advisory, and the only place in the UK that didn't have it that day was the northeast. It was like only us, of everybody.
Yeah, why does that not surprise me?
Yeah. Just chatting about your birthday then. So
Yeah.
like a bit of a run-of-the-mill day tomorrow.
Absolutely,
Have you
yeah.
got like a favourite birthday that you look back on and go, oh, that birthday was like ace, or you have like any like memories of a perfect birthday that you had?
That's a tough one. I think a lot of the birthdays, like when you're really young, when you have all your friends around, your mum like organises the party and everything like that. But
That wasn't my favourite birthday.
Was it not?
Lily, when I was 9, I always remember it. I was really, I was a stroppy kid.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and I threw a strop because I wasn't winning any of
Oh,
the party
dear.
games. So I stormed upstairs, shut myself in the bedroom, and my mum told me I'd never have a party again, and I never did until I was 18, and then I had a
dear.
party. Yeah.
Oh, blimey. Well, that'd be a lesson to any children watching at home. Don't be stropping your birthday. But I think for me, probably one of my biggest memories of growing up, having my birthdays growing up, my mum would always make the cake. So you get to choose your flavour, but then she'd decorate it. So it'd be sort of
that's
themed
nice.
as to sort of your hobbies, your interest at that time. So lots of athletic cakes, art and craft themed
Running
cakes.
cakes.
Running cakes, yeah.
Running cakes.
I remember once she made like one that was full athletics. So she made the sandpit out of crushed up biscuits.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it was like a proper thing.
That's
My mum making the
so
cake,
good.
decorating it.
Oh, that's lovely.
But it always had to be a surprise, so you weren't allowed to know what it was.
Yeah.
You come down on your birthday, probably under like a tablecloth or something like that. You couldn't have a look at it, then she'd unveil it and you'd see the theme for that year. So
Yeah.
happy memories of that for certain.
Oh, that's so nice.
Did you have like a favourite present from a birthday, or like a present that you asked for that you never got for a birthday?
Oh, I'm not sure about a present I never asked for, but my favourite present, and you guys at home could probably guess this, it was my 13th birthday,
Yeah.
and I got the full set of Spectrum Noir Classics.
On your 13th, that makes me feel very old.
And that just started my colouring journey. That was like my first alcohol pens, and I loved them. I was so excited.
Oh, that's
I just
such a
remember
nice
opening them all, and it was
story.
like, oh my goodness, I've got all these colours, all these pens.
Oh, I
and I've been
love
colouring
that
ever since.
story.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Well, there's lots of happy birthdays coming through anyway. Carletta says happy
Aw.
birthday. Sharon Bowers, happy birthday. Fiona says happy birthday for tomorrow, Lily. Happiest of birthday, sweet Lily,
Oh,
says
thank you.
Kerry Carney. So it's going to be a day in the craft room, maybe a run tomorrow, or do
Yeah,
you think?
so it'll be, the time will be split between outside and craft room. That's
Yeah.
what I love. So we're hoping for some sunshine. Let's hope it doesn't throw it down when I'm outside. But just going to try and spend it doing all the things I love.
I think you guys have got like the best time of year for birthdays, really, haven't you? Because I reckon more often than not, your birthdays are in the sunshine, both of you.
Very rare can I remember I haven't had good weather on my
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
I've always been really lucky, and I'm proper mid-year, so
Yeah.
that June birthday is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being in June.
I always think it's like a perfect space in between like Christmas and birthdays. So you've
Yeah.
had Christmas and you've got about 6 months to your
Yeah,
birthday done.
exactly.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
We've got everything, eh, Debbie?
Yes, yeah,
Got it all.
perfect.
And like Lily
Perfect.
was saying before the show, pretty much apart from me and Debbie Robinson, like all of our on-air team are June birthdays, aren't they?
birthdays,
Yeah,
yes.
literally, yeah.
Yeah, told you, special people.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask though, Lily, you're saying about, because I know you run a lot, do you?
Yeah.
So I know like with me sometimes I lose sort of my crafty mojo, I have to step away or I go and research some bits. Does running help you clear your cobwebs and then think of new things to do?
Absolutely. It's so funny because so many people think, oh, I just go out for a run and I don't think about anything. But for me, I'm always thinking about crafting. Quite
Yeah.
often I'll be maybe in the middle of a project and we all know we get to that point, you look at it and you think, I'm not quite sure where I'm going from here, I'm not sure how to finish this project. Quite often I'll go out for a run and I'll think about it all the time I'm running around. By the time I get back, I've got the idea, straight back in the craft
Oh,
room,
I
I'm good
love
to
that
go.
because I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
that. Like, I haven't got out on my bike yet, and it is years since I rode a bike. I want to go out and just. I think all that fresh air
Yeah.
must be really stimulating to sort of wanting to craft.
Yeah, yeah. I always say like I'm never not card making, and I'm even card making when I'm running because I'm doing it in my mind.
Yeah.
it's crazy, yeah. Non-stop crafting, but yeah, it's so good for that. Come back with lots of amazing ideas and straight in the craft room.
Oh,
and
I
get
love
to work.
that. Well, happy birthday for
Oh,
tomorrow and happy
thank you.
crafting.
Yes, as always.
Yeah, and lots of people, as I say, you'd have to read all the comments, loads coming
Aw.
through. But your birthday, however, you are going to give away a present on your birthday, and
certainly
you
am.
picked a winner, haven't you?
Yeah, I have picked a winner. The prizes, and you'll be getting 2 packs of pens. So you're going to be getting
So good.
some of our glitter pens and some of our illustrators, which are like the top tier when it comes to our alcohol markers in our Spectrum Noir range. So lots of colouring goodies. They are going to be going to Crafty Cow.
Woohoo!
Well done. That's
Email
an amazing
your
prize.
details down to that email address at the bottom, which is ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we will sort out sending these to you. You're going to have a whale of a time colouring with these. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much, Lily. Have a happy birthday
Oh, thank you.
tomorrow.
I will do.
And just to remind you, we've got 10 minutes left. Still some great deals to pick up. Back in stock, the Ombre glitter pads. This collection is the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6, which I couldn't quite believe when these first popped up on the screen. Very, very popular when we first had them, and still as popular, very popular again today with people now stocking up on these. You get 24 sheets, 4 designs, 6 sheets of each within each of the pads. And as you said, you've got the same colours in your 6 by 6 as you do in your 12 by 12. But take a look at the amazing ombre colours.
Ah, love these.
It's just the best glitter card we do, I think, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I agree. I
It's
love
so
this.
good.
I'm definitely stocking up on more of this. It's beautiful cardstock. Look at that. I mean, it's so luxurious.
You know, I talk about the Colour Your World paper pad being like happiness in a pad.
Yeah.
I mean, this is happiness next level in a pad.
yeah.
It's just
It's
gorgeous.
lush.
Look at this. And it's all, again, you've got all that beautiful glitter, but it's our encapsulated glitter. And that's where, Debbie, I think our glitter pads in general are next level in the fact that they don't shed, but they still, you know, you can construct with these and you can still die cut these perfectly, can't you?
Absolutely, and also it's very rare you would get a 12 by 12 glitter cardstock. So you're getting tons on here. I mean, if you cut that into 4, you've got 4 toppers or backgrounds for your cards straight away.
Yeah.
You're getting so much from this pad. Look at, I mean, the colours in here. Each colour sort of just blends effortlessly into the next. The shimmer on them is amazing. And I also think we do really good quality encapsulated glitter. And what I mean by that, you can see there's not a flaw on it. Beautiful, beautiful cardstock.
And again, just to show you, and isn't it great that you've got all of those ombres again in 6 by 6 form? So It's handy to have the two sizes, Debbie, isn't it?
Yeah, really handy. I think just for your quick crafting, little crafting, this is great for cutting your butterflies out, cutting your flowers out. I mean, you're just going to have really quick, simple ones. Cut them in half and you've got strips of 3 by 3, which you can then put in your Gemini Mini and cut out all your flowers, your butterflies, with the little embellishments that you want. It's going to be amazing. And if you think about contemporary Christmas, this is going to be beautiful for contemporary Christmas.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's 16 quid for the 2 pads. It's great value for money. 22.40 if you're shopping in the US and you are a Platinum member. Grab it now whilst you can, though, because I have a feeling this will be disappearing once again. Just to say also, embossing folders galore on this show. We've popped together a little, I say little, it's a rather large, assorted embossing folder collection, 11-piece assorted selection. This should be £63 or 85 bucks, £24 Platinum or $32. And look at all of the different embossing folders you're going to get. If you want to be able to recreate what Debbie was doing with the embossing powders, you used this one just a few moments ago, did you not? Which is the and that's what it's called. And the other one you used was that one, wasn't it? All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
Which has got the stencil in it too, hasn't it? Yeah. Got a stencil and an embossing folder, which is incredible. So
sorry, I thought you said a sentiment. That's why I didn't speak. So I thought I don't know
sentiment.
A sentiment.
No, just a stencil. So those two you get in the bundle, but on top of that, look at all of the different styles of embossing folder you get. So you've got this one, which is actually a cut and emboss folder from the Venetian Grace collection with that beautiful frame. Then you've got flowers, Floral Delight. This one we used on the craft wars, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I made a really great card with this.
Well, I used it and you copied, Ben.
How very dare you! If you miss Craft Wars, by the way, you'll be able to vote to see back. Please vote for number 2.
Do you know what's really funny about number 2? When I look back to that and see that you were using that folder, I even thought, oh, you're copying my little bit that I did on there. Didn't even think about you copying my whole card.
Whichever one you choose later on, guys, I can't wait to watch back, because obviously we were both so in the moment creating our own cards that we didn't have time to watch what the other was doing, so I can't wait to watch that back. But yeah, that one was used in the Craft Wars. This one I love, from the Mediterranean Dreams collection. It is your decorative tiles 3D embossing folder.
Yep.
What I love about this one, it's obviously a nice size, 3D, 5x7, but you can, if you wanted little embellishments, snip into all of the individual squares, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a beautiful background you can make with that one. I absolutely love it. And you can put different colours in all those tiles, use your ink daubers to put the different ink pads in there. Yeah, that is a gorgeous one.
Really love that. So that's included, and all this for £24. I'm not even halfway through yet. Another 3D embossing folder. That one is called Contemporary Waves. I think
love that one.
If you picked up things like the Enchanted Ocean collection recently, it's another one which would work lovely with that.
I've got a really cool technique to show with that. I might do that later on as well. That folder is like, I can do a triple technique on it.
Friday Night Live?
Yes, let's do that later.
With the embossing boss.
Yes.
You've got a lovely folder from the Cosmic collection. That is the Cosmic Constellation. Really cute, that one again as well. And it features loads of the different constellations up in the sky. Don't ask me to name them. I just know what's it called? The Great Bear or something, isn't there one? What do you just call me, Jamie? Oh, sorry, there's a Big Dipper. He just said, yep, I thought he was calling me names for a second. Moving on. Then you've also got, from the Bella Luna collection, Dusk Till Dawn. I really like this one as well, because it could be quite atmospheric and quite spooky, but also I think if you did this in sort of brighter, more vibrant colours, it could be like a sunny afternoon as well, couldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Statement Snowflake, also from Sheena. This is from the In the Frame collection, with nice size. That one again, slightly different size. I think, is it 5 by 5.5 by 5.5? Yeah. That one. Also included from the Hydrangea collection. I mean, how blooming gorgeous is that?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that's a good example, Debbie, I think, isn't it, of embossing folders. But, we talk about creator cards, but that's almost like a creator card in embossing folder form, isn't it?
Absolutely. Doing nothing else, emboss that, add a sentiment, you're done. Yeah,
So good. For people, again, if you're new to craft or, you know, you're looking for a great way to build a stash, this is a brilliant collection. Because embossing, you know, is so simple to do. And I would say also that these will all go through your MIDI as well if you're a MIDI user.
Yes, they will.
So that's a really, really handy thing to note too. This one's from the Honeysuckle collection. Again, this is 5.5 by 5.5. And this is, again, on the front here, a really good example. Look, just a little bit of matching and layering, adding a bit of colour to that embossed effect that you're going to get from the folder. Little sentiment. What a stunning card. And, you know, that is crafting made easy, but crafting that looks the absolute top notch, doesn't it? What I will say, the good news is you've got this on an absolute steal. The bad news is, producer Nicola has just told me, you have already been snaffling this. You've been snaffling it. We only have 25 now remaining. So shop quickly, shop quickly. Oh yes, please, says AK. Debbie, can you show us embossing powder use on MDF2, pretty please? So we need to note this down for later. So embossing on MDF.
MDF, we could do acetate, we could do triple technique on that embossing folder, yes, using different ways. And was there something else I thought of? Oh, and lace, if I can get some lace.
Oh, yes. There is lace lying around somewhere, I'm sure. And also, very quickly, just...
Oh, and here, and resist technique.
Ah, yes. That's a lot to squeeze in, isn't it? But that's tonight, live at 5 with the embossing boss. The new name. Very quickly, Debbie was asking, have we got the heat tool on the show? We do have the heat tool on the show. With your heat and mould stamping foam. This is a great combo because you've got, I think, one of the best heat tools in the business, and then you get this heat and mould stamping foam as well. And this is super clever, right? Because you've got the ability to make stamps out of anything you find lying around, haven't you?
Anything,
really?
anything at all. Your keys, your like earrings, yeah. Oh, you've got show this.
Hessian
This is
fabric.
brilliant, yes.
Metal chain.
You've got to
Leaves.
remember these to win your prize.
Yeah, paper clips. It's so cool. Look at that. Scrunched tin
Love
foil.
that one.
Fine lace. Resin flowers. Look at those. Screws and nails. Great again for making more like manly cards, isn't it? You know?
Absolutely.
What else? Wooden embellishments. Stencils. Stamps out of stencils. Mini pegs. Knitted top. It's like a generation game, this, isn't it? Zips. Oh, cuddly toy, my love. A good game. Buttons. Background metal dies. This definitely does have pasta in it. Sequins. How cool is that stamp? Background stamp. Cotton lace. Round head pins. That looks like an X-ray, doesn't it? Doctor, I'm not feeling well. Swallowed a load of pins. Embossing folder. Where's the pasta? Coins. Oh, that's really cool.
That is very cool, yeah.
Keys. Metal embellishments. It'll be the last one, won't it? Elastic bands. Bubble wrap. This could be like a little honeycomb. String. Pasta! I'm glad I found it. I thought at first I'd gone past it.
Spiral pasta.
I thought I'd gone past it. Twigs.
That looks like an X-ray of a hamster.
Shells. Scoring board. There you go. It's £18.39 for the tool, and that's brilliant. It's 22.36. We're out of time. Debbie, you're going to come back in an hour's time because we've got 60-minute deals.
Yes, that's going to be fast, furious, 60 minutes. Love it.
And if you're not there, you won't be able to grab the deals. They are only live for that show. The show will not be repeated, so if you miss it, you miss out, unfortunately. So we'll see you back here in an hour. And don't forget, one more hour to get your photos in as well for tonight's Friday Night Live, Friday Night Fave. Oh, that's not easy to say. I'll see you in an hour.